Hello, I'm Andrew Markle from Adrenaline Birding, and today I would like to review the Swarovski Spotting Scope with you. Yes, they are expensive. They are one of the most expensive scopes, top 3 expensive companies in the world. But why do you need a scope when you are looking for waterfowl in the wintertime or in spring and fall? You are going to your favorite lake and it just rained and all of a sudden there's 2,000 ducks out there in the water, which happens, called a fallout. And you have your binoculars and you're just not quite able to see far enough to get a proper ID on them, or the lighting's bad. So that's why birders get scopes. So this scope essentially is reaching out and pulling something really far out to you. Your typical eyepieces, the typical scope that you get, no matter if you get a scope for a couple $100 or you spend $3 grand on one, it's a 20 by 60 eyepiece, which means at the lowest level when you look into it, that object out there is 20 times closer to you than your naked eye. And then this little, so 20 by 60 your standard. I actually got a 25 by 45 or 25 by 50 wide view eyepiece for mine on the coast, looking at shorebirds or for waterfowl. I want to see more, basically at less range. The field of view for me is way more important. But your eyepiece, regardless of what it is, you're simply just zooming in this way right here. And I will show you the footage here. To zoom, you're simply just turning this little wheel right here. It's that simple. I'm going from 25 to 50, which in the field, at something that's not too far away or kind of far away, it brings it right into you. 2 different kind of scopes. You got an angled spotting scope and you got a straight spotting scope. This is an angled spotting scope. This is great for when I am with other people and I find something interesting, rare or just interesting, and then you want to share it. Because I'm 6'4" and a lot of people aren't, say I'm with somebody who's 5'2", then with this scope, if it's angled like this, I'm basically looking down into it, and I can lower the height and I can bend over to look down through. It's a lot easier than if you have a straight spotting scope. A straight spotting scope, which I'll show you, it's straight across and you're basically looking eye level. So I've got to lower my scope down to the level of the person. When you're on a rare bird, and by the time it takes you to lower the level, they often fly, they often move around. So I've noticed it's a lot harder to get and re-maneuver a straight spotting scope versus this angled spotting scope. The angled spotting scope I can keep low. I can just kind of hunch over like this and get it to where I need to go. And then other people can just come up, put their eye in it, and you're right on it. So it's a lot faster. But again, the scope, you can get a 20 by 60 zoom. The tripod, often important with the tripod, you want something that's going to be stable. Lightweight, we'll talk about that when we go over the tripods. But with the scope, again, once a lifetime purchase, something happens, wind blows, whatever, something happens, you can send them back in. They will fix it and send it back. So absolutely essential if you want to get into bird watching or hardcore birding when you want to look for things that are way out there. Geese, swans, shorebirds, gulls, terns, anything. Let's face it, birds are still kind of have an inherent fear of humans, which they should be. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing and liking this video so we can continue to introduce birds to people and help grow the birding community. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you next time.